Voila. There we go. Sorry. How you doing there, everyone? It's a fine Saturday. Hey, it's still morning to me. I woke up not too long ago. Oh, hang on. I gotta mute this. There we go. Woke up not too long ago. Said, oh, man, dude, I really want to do a show. I just found a shirt, brushed the hair, brushed the teeth. The wife made the coffee. And here we are. I do this for you people. I have a responsibility to the patrons who come and watch my dumb chubby ass on a camera. Things could be worse, I guess. Great night of karaoke last night. And then another couple of hours of COD gaming after with the boss. That was always fun. We hope to be doing some kind of golfing either today, tomorrow, sometime. And, we are in the home office here of the Bat Cave. Kind of nifty. A little cold and dank down here, but it's nice on a hot summer day. Oh, now I know everybody is wondering and is curious. And of course, yeah, we got Piggum Camp. Piggum. What are you doing in there? Hey. Say hi, Raleigh. Raleigh's there for emotional support. And we've got a whole thing of treats here. Look, strawberries. Now, should I give him the strawberry right away? What do you think? You want strawberry? Your little pad thing back here is moving. Let's see. You want strawberry? I'll give you a strawberry. Let's see. He knows. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is going to set him off. What do you got there? Oh, geez. There you go. Now you don't want it? Oh, I didn't want more greens. I got a bunch of leafy greens in here. We're going to be talking about some really freaking crazy guinea pig stuff. Look, you want some greenies? You want some greenies instead? There you got greenies instead. Oh, that's what you like. That's what you wanted. Look at him go to town on that. Oh, Jesus. It's fucking cute, Cam. That's it. Show's done. Leaving the camera on him. I'm going to go back to bed. Oh, God. All right, so I got Piggum Cam up on our regular thing we want to talk about here. Let's move into some quick topics here that I have on the brain. I want to talk about this first. We're going to be a little technical here for a couple minutes. This is something that's grinded my gears for a while, and I'm finally just getting around to talking about it. For those of you who have ever set up a computer before, or sat up a computer, when you install Windows, you have an option of either an online Microsoft account, which they are pushing like crazy, get to that in a second, or a local account. Now, what's the difference between the two? Basically, if you're installing Windows 10 or 11, one of the first screens that comes up, it says, hey, connect to the internet. Sign in with your Microsoft account. What Microsoft wants to do is basically take all of your settings, documents, stuff like that, upload it all to the cloud. So whatever computer you are going to, you can sign in with that account and all your stuff will follow. Nice in theory. I have never liked this, ever. And it's not a thing about privacy so much. Windows itself is a pretty bloated operating system. The sheer amount of code that it took to write Windows is fucking mind-numbing. Insanity, really. So having it go out to the internet to grab all your stuff and synchronize back and forth, to me, has really always been kind of a mind-numbing concept. A local account saves all of your stuff to your hard drive, like operating systems have done, for years and years before. Oh, now he's going after look at him go after the, see, I knew he was going to like the strawberry. Oh, he's nomming. It makes Windows a shitload faster and easier from an administration standpoint. If somebody forgets their Microsoft Online password, and I've had this happen, the PIN code or whatever, it can be an absolute nightmare to get your stuff back. And Microsoft has been trying to disjoin the two and really bury the ability to create a local account on your computer to use their cloud services, which makes them more basically up in your shit, long story short. There is a way around this, and you used to have to jump through quite a few hoops. Now, as you can see here, they have brought back the official guide on how to switch from a Microsoft online account to a local account. You can find this guide here on tomshardware.com, which is a great resource that I go to every day. It's my number 2 site that I hit in the morning for all of my news, computer stuff, whatever. Great place to keep up to date and ahead of the curve on a lot of goings on with Windows. Hang on, here, itch. Okay. What was I going with local accounts? So, if you were installing Windows 11, for example, and this is in its current latest version, and I know most of you are not going to be doing this. You go out, you buy a computer, it's got Windows 11 on it already, but this is good to know. Because even if you go buy a brand new computer, the first time you turn it on, it's going to go through the Windows setup process, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions. Advertising IDs, do you want to be tracked, blah, blah, blah. And one of the things it's going to ask you is, create a Microsoft account. So to get around this, and to create a local account, which I'm telling you is just much better. I hate dealing with online accounts when I got to do servicing machines. When you get to the part where the Windows setup is asking you to connect to the internet, you have to hit Shift F10. Shift F10. Not Shift F10. Shift, the F keys on the top of your keyboard. You know, the ones you rarely ever hit and you barely notice are there. Shift F10 will open up a command prompt window. In that window, you type OOBE, letter O, / bypass NRO. Hit enter. You can replay that and write it down if you want. It's going to restart the setup process. And now when you get back to that same screen, it's going to ask you on the bottom a little tiny blurb. It says, hey, I don't have internet. Click here. And even if you have internet, you click that. Before, you used to have to actually unplug or disconnect your internet, or it would automatically put you into a loop and you could not get out of it. It would force you to create a Microsoft online account. What I'd have to do for my clients or whatever, create an online account, go into it, get Windows all loaded, get to the desktop, then go into Control Panel, create a local user account, log into that one, then delete the one you create. You see, it was a pain in the ass. No need. So I help. Anyway, tomshardware.com. Great article to go in and check into that to create a local account for Windows. And this guide here will also be able to take an online account. If you created one, it's very easy to turn it into a local account. Your computer will be happier. The boot time will be much faster. And if there's ever a problem down the road where you have to get, let's say, and this has happened plenty of times to people I know, their Windows profile gets messed up. There's some corruption when it brings down the stuff from the cloud, and you got to get your shit back. Well, you can boot off of a USB disk, a bootable whatever, get into the file system, copy your stuff off. You got an online account? You can't do that. So keep that in mind. Planes. How you doing here, pig? Shit keeps falling off of planes. I don't like flying. I've never been a flyer. I've flown, I believe, 4 times in my life. I flew to Puerto Rico when I was like 3 months old. Don't remember it. But I remember flying to Tampa. I had to fly to Baltimore. I had to fly to Florida for Disney. Yeah, 4 times. That was it. Every time I'm not afraid to fly. I just don't prefer it. Especially when shit like this happens.
Tonight, who were traveling on United Airlines say they weren't even aware of this mishap that happened this morning on that 29-year-old plane. But after looking at this video, a lot of people have a lot of concerns. Watch this out-of-control tire careening down an LAX runway. That's the Boeing 757's main landing gear wheel, which somehow came off as the United flight took off for Denver at 7:16 a.m.
Now, how this didn't just randomly wind up killing somebody is amazing, because we've seen videos like this of tires falling off cars on the highway and going through, obviously the runway is not a lot of people around it, but still, that thing was not exactly going 3 miles an hour where it just lands like a coin. Right, Pig? Yeah, he agrees. That sucker is moving. And I don't know how long it went for before it finally smashed into something. And a plane tire, not exactly the size of a bicycle tire. So,
1001, we were told a tire came off your aircraft.
Radio communications indicate the pilot didn't know anything was wrong until the plane was airborne.
United 1001, just to give you a heads up, the tower called, they think that you lost a tire on the takeoff.
Now, I'm fully aware that the pilot, took off. He can't feel nothing. It's not like you popped a tire and the whole plane's going like this. So he's taking off, hitting the button out here. You might as well get up that landing gear there. And all of a sudden he gets a call from the tower and say, hey, listen, some of your plane is still on the ground. That's a bit unnerving. I guess there are no sensors for this. Anyway, those tires don't exactly have a tiny little valve with a sensor like your car has to tell you that the tire's full or whatever. Oof. And the passengers had no idea. I'm assuming that the pilot wound up telling them, right, Pig? He's just pigging.
United 1001, yeah, they told us we're checking now. We'll stay course for now. Call back tower, see if they A, found a tire on the ground, and then B, if they did, if they could tell us any more information.
Tell us any more information. Wait, that your tire is no longer on the plane. What more information do you possibly need? You're going to be landing this. Now, we don't know. I don't know what tire came off. And I know they have multiple ones. But, we've seen videos before of the planes that have had jacked up landing gear and have had to land on basically what looks like a needle point into the ground. You gotta love that airline jargon.
According to the airline and the FAA, the plane landed safely in Denver just after 10 a.m. and no injuries were reported. But it's the second Boeing aircraft to lose a tire during takeoff in just 4 months.
Boeing has got some serious fucking problems. Besides all the people, the whistleblowers that are getting killed because they're talking about the bad crap that this company has done with these planes. And yet we can go diversity hires, whatever you want. Where is the accountability for stuff like this? Because something is, we hope not. No, we pray not. Pig, where you going in there, Pig? You dancing? Something's going to happen with one of these planes that's going to cause a real catastrophe. I mean, like, fucking wing falls off or some kind of weird shit. So, we've had it before. That plane that was flying over California and had some kind of rod that fell off and it inverted in air and then it crashed into the Pacific Ocean. That's a problem. This is why I don't like to fly. I don't like anything where if there's a problem, I can't get out. You're not really opening the door at 25,000 feet. Even you got a parachute. Yes, air's pretty thin up there. Car, stop, pull over on the road. Even a train, stop the train, get off the train. Plane, you can kiss your ass goodbye. Your family ain't even going to get a fingernail. Problem. Oh, problems.
Back in March, a United flight's tire dropped from the plane while departing from San Francisco.
Wait, go back a second. How? Okay, who didn't tighten the lug nuts here?
Back in March, a United flight's tire dropped from the plane while departing from San Francisco.
It's like the thing took a shit on the runway. Oh, my God. My good Lord, man. Parts are falling off. If you are on a commercial airliner, let's say you're flying a nice big 747 somewhere and 200 and something passengers, whatever, really nice, good food service, whatever. And you see one of the co-pilots walking back through the aisle and he's got a roll of duct tape in his hand. Admit it. You're shitting a brick. Oh, you're shitting it. Right there in the aisle. The captain's turned on the no shitting light. You're shitting your pants. Excuse me, he's turned off the no shitting light. I don't know what I'd do. There was a great meme that said, duct tape is great except at 25,000 feet. I don't remember this really happening much in the last 20, 30 years. I don't remember a lot of news stories about plane issues like this. And maybe this is something that's being caused, by the internet, that immediate news. Maybe this was happening all along and we didn't know. Parts flying off everywhere. But
landing on parked cars near the airport.
Oh my God. Look at that thing. Now this guy. All right. When the news interviews people, they find the fucking ultimate people to interview. Look, this guy, he looks like a mixture of Sammy Hagar and Dee Snider had a kid. But let's see what he has to say. This is your airport expert right here.
Oops. There's a tire. How much does that guy make who's in charge of making sure those tires don't fall off? And how come he's not getting fired? If I did that on my job, they'd fire me in a heartbeat. This
guy should be on the presidential fucking ticket. Holy shit. I love this guy. Find out who he is. This guy should have some kind of important job somewhere. He gets it. Thank you. Thank you for finding this guy.
Heartbeat.
The mishap comes on the heels of the busiest air travel day of all time.
Let's see who
the
else they
TSA
get.
reports more than 3 million people passed through U.S. airport security on Sunday alone, a single-day record. Many travelers say they're concerned for their safety, but also need to get where they need to go.
This is the only way traveling from Hong Kong all the way here. I wish safety was a bigger focus.
I feel like it's
Hope that plane's got a bigger seat.
very unsafe, especially a whale coming off of a plane. The plane could have landed and it could have ruptured.
I feel like that.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Woo. That first guy was the best. These people, they should be on the conveyor belt of the luggage just going around.
Something that has to be checked periodically. That should not be. If the planes are old, then I feel like that is more of a priority.
God is in control when you're up there. And so I'm going to trust him even on this flight.
All right. Wait a minute. God does a lot of things. Whatever you believe, whatever God you believe. Right, Pig? What's Piggy doing? Oh, he's still sitting there. God's got his hand full in a lot of shit. I don't think God is sitting up there going, yeah, we're going to make sure this plane is okay. Bink. There goes the tire. Believe what you want. The only person in control of that plane is that pilot. And it's not even the pilot. Let's be real. The pilots, for the most part today, don't do jack shit in the plane. It's all computer controlled, which is kind of scary. But they're there in case the computer does fuck up and they got to take control and stuff. So really, if the pilot is actually flying the plane, something is very wrong. Hey. Did he popcorn? What are you doing over there? Hey. You Piggum. Oh, he's so pig. Oh, I know he wants more greens. He's pissed. Hang on. Got a whole lot of greens for you. Oh my God, look at this. You want more? Look. He knows. He hears it. I'm telling you. There you go. There you go. Have some more greens. He's going to be a pooping pig. So, I wonder if, the news really should have done something like this for the tire falling off. You guys remember this.
This bullet just handed to me. Stricken airliner approaching Chicago.
面白いよ。ニュースの実感です。宇田発音が伝えます。ヘッドストライカー。
I mean, yeah. I laugh, but honestly, if it got, I hope everybody has never a problem on a flight, never a problem on a plane. But I don't really know what I would do if I was in that situation. If I'm sitting in a plane and the news comes over, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. Listen, we've lost a tire. We're going to be fine, though. We've got 12 more, and we'll be landing soon at LAX. Enjoy your flight. I don't know what I'd do at that point. There would probably be finger marks in the seat. I'd be gripping the shit out of that thing, but planes losing shit. All right, let's have some fun. We are loving the piggies. I have seen a bunch of these videos on YouTube of these people who have created guinea pig sanctuaries. We obviously love the pig. The pig is having a ball here. Look at this piggy. He's so cute, guys. So cute. You got to look at some of these things that these people have created. And God knows how much money it costs and how much they spend in food. But check this out.
Time, casual, part-time, whatever. Oh, the girls are up the top waiting for their breakfast.
I notice this is in England a lot, too. Oh, my God. They're your cousins from overseas, man.
Interested to see if the girls can do some jumping.
Look at the ropes and the... This is awesome. I would love to have this.
Oh, look at that. Did you
all
miss that
little
one?
babies.
Watch that one jump up.
I don't know how many these
Jump up
guys
like
got.
little kangaroos.
I have seen videos where people have literally got
hopping
like
into
200 guinea pigs.
Watch the ones on the ground.
Mind-bending. Look at him eating the grass. If this doesn't make you just go, oh my God. Look.
Only one jumped up there. They're a lazy lot.
That just sounds like it's Australia.
One, is there?
No,
Look at him,
put
he's
it
got
there.
the grass things.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
I just wanted to see them
Crikey!
jump.
Oh,
Okay.
there's one jump.
Oh man, you would love that, wouldn't you?
Dallas is up there.
Where is he?
Dallas is clever.
Oh my God, look
Big
at the little
one.
Baba pig. Holy shit. We're just gonna watch this for a minute. This makes everybody's day better. This is a nice fucking awe moment.
Hey, that's pretty clever.
Oh my
this is
God,
just
yeah, so
some,
fucking cute.
sprouts,
Holy shit.
Some wheat sprouts that we
Now
do.
look at the size of this thing.
Different times.
What he's got to spend in hay, the grass, food, pellets, whatever.
I'm happy with these sprouts.
Yeah.
And then the
Dallas is
cleanup.
pretty clever.
Very. You're gorgeous.
Oh my good Lord. I can't. I gotta give you more greens, pig. I'm watching this and it's...
So one of
I'm
the
just-
greatest things
there you go.
about guinea pigs
There you go.
is they're always happy to see you, and they don't care whether
Look
you're
at the
early,
tray
whether
of
you're late.
fruit.
They're just happy.
This is some
They
first-class
never
guinea
leave.
pig shit.
That is so true.
It's like, this is the Waldorf Astoria of the guinea pig world. Guinea pig buffet.
Hey, they left the greenery. They want the tuck.
They don't like the greenery.
For dinner.
Now, I don't know if this
I
is a
just- look. Oh, see,
publicly
Dallas
funded
jumped down.
sanctuary or what this is.
Dallas is a little athlete.
Look, they know that
it just
the good
says-
stuff is down there.
Yeah, I'll move this out now.
Yeah, I think so.
It just says guinea pigs are always happy.
Oh, well, you want to move over there a little bit?
How could you not love
Maybe
guinea
the bottom. I'll move this back
So,
out.
in the process of watching this, I came across this site on my Instagram, and I had to bring this up. GuineaPigTanks.com. No way. Would you look at this? They sell these things. It is a guinea pig car. I am so getting this for Raleigh next week. It's about $10. They did a cardboard, and look, oh my God. Oh my God. if that isn't fucking hilarious. And they have a whole, I'll just let this video play. Oh, look, you put it together. Look at this brilliance. Oh my good Lord. Like fucking guinea pig Fred Flintstone. They got tanks, buses, pickup, little beetles. No fucking way. We got some guinea pig rubbernecking there on the throg's neck. So as I go scroll down this, yeah, they got all different ones here. Look at this. Beetles. And they got an ambulance. Oh, I think I'm going to get the cop car. Let's see the cop car. Oh, yeah, there you go. The police SUV. The guinea pig is going to be pulling over black women who can't drive. And, you know, oh, the hilarity shall ensue. Why you got to pull me over? I got my license. Oh, my God. $11.95. That's hilarious. Pig. You're going to get a car, Pig. You want a car? What are you doing? Hey. Turn your butt to the camera, man. Look at this. He's all fucking butt. But, oh my God. Is that absolutely fucking hilarious? So, I'm going to get to that. Can you imagine all of these pigs in one of those things? Holy shit. It'd be hilarious. Look at him eating the watermelon. You got slices of orange, carrots. Oh, those two are fighting over it. Look at that. Give me that
They
goddamn
like their
thing.
variety.
Yeah.
Now, again, this is expensive. And they're doing it right, man. They got to get there. Now, there are certain fruits, like you can't give guinea pigs too much fruit.
Well, you can't. No. I'll put this down.
like
I don't want to
guinea
tickle
pig
us dead.
diabetes.
Because we're up there, there's
But,
no safety.
Oh, they're all right.
This just made your day. Your whole Saturday, this is the peak.
Come on, Chester.
So that's Chester, is it?
Chester.
Chester!
Okay, hello, Chester.
Look at your cousin Chester.
Chester's
Oh my
up
God,
and
he's
running.
like tiny.
What's the money? I've got the other little one. Ooh, they're all.
And they don't
So-
try to get out. They don't try to go over the
Which one are
top.
we going to name?
It's the ultimate pet, I'm telling you.
Granny
Look at it. She's
Gardner?
got a bin down there that she's just pulling them out
Let
of.
me see.
Which one are you going to name Zonky?
Zuki.
Zuki.
We'll name this one. He's
Oh.
got Granny Gardner. This one.
Those are
has got
those are only a
one
couple weeks
ear
old.
That's transparent and black.
No more
And they
than
got the
probably 6 to
brown
8 weeks
cheek.
old.
He's got a brown
That was like
cheek.
Raleigh
that'll
when we
be
got
Zuki.
him.
Zuki.
Oh my good God.
Yeah.
Here's a nice one. Zuki.
No, they're all
Crikey,
like
it's a
Granny
nice
Gardner.
one.
Hello, my darling. There it is.
little Zuki.
Turn that pig.
That's pretty good.
Turn this shit.
Okay, go.
Piggy. 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 God, I could sit and do that all day. But back to technology for a minute. We're just all over the place today. It's Saturday. I didn't even eat breakfast yet. And like watching them eat all this food and yummy fruits is making me hungry. Achtung! The Germans have finally started getting rid of, what did we talk about last week? The floppy disk. Can't believe floppy disk is still around, right? Now, German Navy replaces aging 8-inch floppy disks. Now, we ain't talking about the 3.5-inch suckers that, if you even know what a floppy disk is, we're talking about. No, we're talking about this. The old big, like, war game size floppy. That was actually a 12-inch. But the one there on the right, that's the old 5.25-inch. You had 3.5, 5.25, and that's an 8-inch floppy disks. Can you imagine still using that today in the Navy? They do. We do. We haven't replaced this stuff yet. There are still plenty of computers out there in our armed forces that rely on the old floppy disk. So give a nice kudos to Germany, saying let's move on from 60-year-old technology. Sorry. And let's see what this article says. The German Navy is searching for a new storage system to replace the aging 8-inch, 20-centimeter floppy disks, which are vital to the running of its Brandenburg-class F-123 frigates. According to an official tender document, the ideal answer to the German Navy's problems would be a drop-in floppy disk replacement based upon a storage emulation system. Long story short, we got to fix it, but we don't know how to fix it. So we're going to emulate it. Technology problems. Yeah, really. Look, I mean, I can't even imagine the read-write heads in these things can last so long. Right, Pig? Pig, where you going? What are you doing over there? Oh, you took your little yummies. You just pigging. Germany's Brandenburg-class F-123 frigates were commissioned in the mid-1990s, so it's understandable that floppy disks were seen as a handy, removable storage medium. Yeah, they were. I still have floppy disks today. I still rarely use them, but I have them just in case I have a machine that needs them. These drives are part of the frigate's data acquisition system, and thus central to controlling basic ship functions such as propulsion and power generation. So no floppy disk, no electricity. Doesn't seem the safest thing out there. Floppy disks whose lifespan on them alone was not very good. How they're even still getting these things, because I don't think anybody produces them anymore. Somebody in a garage is making floppy disks. You laugh, but that was actually true. The last guy, I believe, in the European Union that was making floppy disks in bulk was making them out of his basement. And he stopped a couple months ago. He's got a lot of stock that he's still selling out, but Jesus. The F-123s are specialized in submarine hunting, and they are also being upgraded in terms of the new weapon systems and weapon control systems. The fucking thing's going to have a laser beam weapon, yet it still relies on a floppy drive to target things. Wow. Things that you learn on a Saturday. See, I teach. I educate. Floppy disks. High-end shit. Let me see. Can I get a... Wait. I have one in here that I can easily obtain. Oh, yeah. Let's take something like this. This, for those of you who don't know what this is, this came out in the mid-90s. This is an iOmega zip disk, which is basically a gigantic, fat floppy disk. This one particularly held 100 meg. This in, I'd say probably 1995, 96, was like, holy shit. There were no external hard drives. There were no USB pen drives. I can't show you the drive. I still have it over there. It's connected. $218. It was a parallel port external zip drive. In other words, yes, parallel port was the port that your printer used back in the day before USB. There was no USB back then. So you would take this, plug it into your printer port, plug your printer into the back of it so it can pass you to print, and this held 100 megabytes. And look, on this one, what do I have on this one? Let's see. Hellfire CD Rip, that was a game. The Machines, that was a game. Rise of the Triad. Ooh, that was a good game. Shit. Rise of the Triad was like based off of the original Doom. Phenomenal game. But if you had a wonkiness with like getting motion sickness when playing a game, wouldn't be good for you. But that was a hell of a game. System Commander, which was a program to boot multiple operating systems on one machine via a menu that would come up. So you turn on your computer, it would boot, and then you'd get a little box to say, do you want to boot Windows, DOS, Linux, whatever you want. I used to love that program. Earthworm Jim. Oh, does anybody remember Earthworm Jim? That was like, I don't remember what console Earthworm Jim was on. It wasn't Sega. It was like Sonic. I don't know if it was just a PC-only game. Let's see. Norton version 9 for Windows 95. PBA Bowling. And something. I can't read the last part of that. Something by Psygnosis, but I don't... Ooh! Virtual Valerie 2! That I should actually see if I can find a video of. We're talking about real early VR type porn. Yeah. Zip discs. And I only have in this drawer about 100 of them. And then they had other sizes, 250 meg, 750 meg is the one I have up there. Was a great medium for backing up, back before the days of games like Call of Duty, which was 72 fucking gig. Look, how many games did I fit on that one thing? Those are the good days. But, the graphics then were mediocre at best, and although you thought at the time that they were the absolute best. But let's see. It won't be trivial to replace 3 decades old computer hardware seamlessly while retaining the full functionality of the existing floppies. However, we note that other companies have wrestled similar problems in recent years. Moreover, there are plenty of emulator enthusiasts using technologies for floppy emulation solutions like GoTech drives, which can emulate a variety of floppy drive standards and formats. Yeah, you can, you've heard of emulators before. There are game emulators before where you can, run a Nintendo game on a PC. Same thing applies here. There are programs that you could run to make the programs think. Marine saying hi. Right, Pig? You still in it? What are you doing? Oh, there you are. You want a leafy? I'm just feeding you everything. You're leafy. Leafy. So, the German army got to upgrade their shit. I want to start seeing articles of what we're doing. Now, the good thing about floppy disks and this technology, it's unhackable. You need physical access to the hardware, which is a real good benefit. It seems like everything else down the line that replaced this old tech is getting hacked, is a security risk, what have you. So keep that in mind. The old floppy disk one day just may save our ass. All right, next. I love this guy. I watch his videos all the time. He does great car reviews. His name is Doug DeMuro. This car... Now, you might look at it, and I wonder how many of you would actually guess correctly at who makes this particular vehicle. It kind of looks like a GM car from the 80s. It's got squareness to it. But no, it's not. I want to introduce you to the most insane car that I've ever seen built.
This is a 1987 Aston Martin Lagonda, and it is one of the strangest cars ever made. It looks like an anteater. The interior is insane. It's a 4-door Aston Martin, which is weird in itself, and this car cost $170,000 back in 1987, which translates to $370,000 in today's money. It also...
Youch. $370,000 Aston Martin. Now, a lot of you know that the Aston Martin was, I believe, the James Bond car that was always kind of famous for, that little quirky little coupe he used to drive. This thing is fucking hilarious. And I just want to zoom here into actually where he got this from. This place here.
Also just happens to be one of my all-time favorite cars because it is just so weird and so rare that it's just cool. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of it. I borrowed this Lagonda from SuBDivisions here on Long...
Okay, this is a place on Long Island. I don't know if they're still there. I used to go to this place when I was in college. It was right around the block from where I went to school. And it had the most extensive collection of exotic cars. And not a collection, they rented them. Like, if you wanted to go rent a Ferrari, rent a Lamborghini, rent a Porsche, you went to this place. And you can rent it, I guess, for however long you wanted it to. And this is back in the early 90s. So...
Long Island in New York, they have an incredible inventory of just about every vintage and cool exotic car you can imagine. Aston Martin DB5s, Ferraris, Bentleys. There's an F50 in the showroom right now. But when
Pig! Hang on. What are you doing? What are you going crazy in here? Hang on. We're having a pig catastrophe. Where are you going, Pig? Get you on the thing here. Come on. Let's move you. Hang on. Let's get... Oh, yeah, I know you want to go in there, but you're ruining your teepee. Be good. Look at that F50. How many of you would just want to just go and rent that for a day? And then watch as you try to parallel park it and scrape it against a trash bin on the sidewalk. That is a beast of a car.
When they reached out and asked if there was anything that they had in their inventory that I might want to review, it was simple. The Lagonda. I want the Lagonda. And that's obvious to anyone who knows anything.
Sounds like an African car. I want to forward here to the interior of this car. Because this is, I want you to remember, $370,000 car.
I'm going to start with the screens. Ah, yes, the screens. You know how in your car you have a speedometer, a tachometer? Well, this car has old school screens. Turn it on and they give off this greenish glow like an old radar system or television from the 1980s. This was cutting edge back then. Of course, this is how modern infotainment systems are going to look in 30 years. They're going to feel exactly this outdated. Now, once the screens are on, you can see what they do. The one on the left is a little bit wonky.
Now, when you see it flickering like that, that's because those screens are a low hertz. Usually a camera will pick up 60 hertz screens and make it flicker, so they don't flicker like that in front of you. But, wow, 3 green screens in the dashboard of this car. What? This was $170,000 back then.
That's to be expected, of course, given its age. That shows your speed. The one in the middle shows what gear you're in and various other features like fuel and the car's engine temperature. And the one on the right shows the engine speed, the revolutions per minute. And check this out. I press the gas pedal and yes, the RPMs climb on this old school screen like you're playing a game of Pong. It is incredible to see this. This was probably the most...
Pontiac put a digital dashboard in the 1988 Firebird series. It lasted 1 year. That was it. It is a whole digital dash like that with the tachometer that moved. They said, oh, this ain't going to work. That car was, back then, new was probably about 12 grand. $170,000 car.
Cutting edge thing Aston could think of 30 years ago, and now it's just hilarious. And yes, like I showed you with the RPMs, these screens are reactive. For example, if you turn on the headlights, you can see that the little headlight icon turns on in the screen to let you know they're on, just like the little headlight light would light up in your car's gauge cluster. Naturally, the screens do have a few shortcomings. For one, they're obviously incredibly outdated looking, but that's not all. They don't show the turn signals. You put on the turn signal and the screens don't show it. Instead, it just makes the turn signal sound and you have to sort of know that the turn signals are on and which turn signal is on.
Go outside to your car right now. Any car. Find the shittiest piece of crap on the road and tell me if it has an internal blinking directional indicator. $170,000. I'm sorry, I had to laugh at this. I really did. And this is an Aston Martin, which was, up in the pinnacle range of Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, blah, blah, blah.
Also, the screens don't show the odometer, which is interesting. This car does have an odometer, but it isn't there. We'll get to that in a minute. Next, we move on from the screens to the left, where there is this giant flat switch panel with an...
Look at this thing! For those of you who have PTSD, it's probably going to start getting set off because of this. There are less buttons in a plane console than this thing has. On the left side of the steering wheel, that's the piece of the car, the area of the car you never touch. You're driving a car, everything is always here on your right, or would be on my left on the screen. The radio controls, climate controls, all of that stuff is here. For the simple reason that if your passenger, for example, wants to change the temperature of your car, they can. Not in the Lagonda.
enormous number of switches that the driver can control. I want to start the discussion of the switch panel by talking about the font. You can see the font that they've chosen is like that 1980s radio font, which seemed very futuristic at the time, but of course now looks hilariously outdated. It's like they were trying to be high tech. Now obviously everything in that switch panel is weird, starting with the climate controls, which are on the top half. There are 7 different climate control settings. There's low, high, auto. Those are normal. The weird one is the off setting is actually labeled standby. There's no off, it just is called standby. There's also a little dial to the left of the climate control switch that you can use to change the temperature. There's red for hot, blue for cool, and then there's green. I don't know what kind of air that gives you. Green air? Never seen that as an option in a vehicle before.
It's starting to be apparent that the people or the team that designed this car were completely fucking high as balls. Green, red hot, blue cold, green. Was AOC involved in the design of this car by any chance? She was like 2 when it was made. Oh, this is so good.
Now below that we move on to the headlights, which are rather unusual in this car. I'm going to cover the headlights on the outside in a minute, but first let's talk about the switches themselves. There are 4 of them. Now the one on the left turns on sort of the driving lights. You press that and it lights up the entire switch panel with these little red lights because now it's nighttime, it thinks, and so now you can see where all your switches are. Then
okay. Again, go to any car. Turn on the headlights. Your interior lights light up because it figures now it's night. Not in the Laconda. You've literally got to hit a button to turn on the lights on your switches. Pig, what in the world are you doing? Are you looking for more greens? You're greening me out here, man. Yeah, some over here. You want some there? Yeah. No, oh, see, that's what he wanted. He was looking for greens. Look, you're on the desk though. Hang on. We got to move the pig here. We got to get on the thing over here. Where you going? No, get on the pad. You silly pig, you. Get in there. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, you're messing everything up here. Oh, Lord, look out. We've got a pig catastrophe going on again. All right, well, we'll have to deal with that as we can deal with that. Oh, it's out of the way. Oh, okay, there he goes. Where was I? Yeah, okay, so lights.
The next 3 lights control various different lights in the car. There's the full headlights, there's a different set of auxiliary driving lights, and then there's yet another set of auxiliary driving lights, all controlled by these light switches. Now the next switch is the rear window heater. And you notice I didn't say the rear window defroster, and that's because the rear window is actually heated. It has heating coils running through it. You get ice on it, you press that little button, and then it will just melt the ice right off. Now the next switch...
Or if it's like 10 below 0, it'll just shatter the fuck out of your rear window. It'll just explode.
Which is probably the most interesting, and that's the one marked bonnet, which is of course British English for hood, the thing that covers the engine in front. Now, it's not all that unusual that there's a switch for that. The weird thing is that there's no trunk release. There's only a hood release on that switch panel. In fact, there's no trunk release in the interior of the car at all. You have to walk back there with the key to open the trunk. It's also weird because the hood release is placed directly next to your headlights and your fuel door release. So you go to open your fuel door or turn on your headlights and suddenly you've opened your hood, which is not really a good situation. So when you're over there, you better look at what you're doing. Now, interestingly, you saw that the little screen could say boot open and let me know that the trunk is open if I've accidentally forgotten to close it, but it won't tell you if the hood is open. So in other words, the interior of this car will let you open the hood and tell you if your trunk is open, but it won't let you open your trunk or tell you if your hood is open. Now, next to the switch marked bonnet, you have the switch that opens.
Did you get that? $170,000. $170,000.
Opens the fuel door, except in this car you'll notice there's 2 of them. There's one marked L fuel and there's one marked R fuel. That's because...
Okay, now that's quite interesting. Fuel door on both sides of the car. I like that. For all of you who never knew what that little symbol was next to the gas gauge little arrow which tells you which side of the car your fuel door is on, in case somebody's driving your car and they don't know. And we've all done it at one point. You got a new car, you get in it, you pull up to the gas pump, and you're like, oh shit, it's on that side. And you got to do a U-turn. I give Aston Martin credit there.
This car has two fuel doors. Press L fuel and the fuel door on the left pops open and you can open it up. Press R fuel and the fuel door on the right pops open and you can open it up. Now, interestingly, the fuel doors are located in the C-pillar right here between the rear windows, which is sort of an odd placement. Maybe even stranger is the fact that it's hinged on top. So you open up your fuel door like this, and then you stick the fuel pump here, and you can pump gas. Now, you might be wondering, it has two fuel doors, does it have two fuel tanks? The answer to that is no. It just gave you the option of going to the gas pump on whichever side you preferred. But anyway, back inside and back to the switches. On the far right of that switch panel, you will see two dials. The dial on top controls the wiper speed. So if you turn on your intermittent wipers, you can adjust how fast they wipe using that dial. The dial on bottom is your dimmer, and you can use it to dim the dash lights and your screens. Next, we move on to the steering wheel. There are a couple of interesting items on the...
All right, hang on. Pig over here is freaking out. What are you doing? All right, come here. All right, I'm going to take you out here for a second. Yeah, come here. Come here, you. Come here. I'm going to hold you right now because you're going nutty and you don't eat my headphone wire. All right, okay, I got to hold Mr. Pig. Get a little restless.
The steering wheel, but this is not the most interesting steering wheel this car came with. The Series 2 Lagonda models had the weirdest steering wheel of all time. It had a single pillar that came out from the middle and connected to the steering wheel on the bottom. Unfortunately, Aston Martin ditched that beautiful.
So if you got into some sort of, where's the picture of that? Can I get back to that picture? No, wait, it's over. It was, oh, I've lost it. Oh, there it is. Let's say you ran into something, the top of that wheel will just fold over like a cheap suit. But it's an interesting design.
Out from the middle and connected to the steering wheel on the bottom. Unfortunately, Aston Martin ditched that beautiful design for the Series 3, and we got this more conventional wheel instead. But there are still some quirks. One is the fact that the steering wheel says Lagonda in the middle of the steering wheel and not Aston Martin. In fact, if you look all around this car, it only says Lagonda. The front grille, the rear, the little Lagonda badges on the fuel doors, even the owner's manual only says Lagonda. Aston Martin was trying to revive Lagonda as an ultra high-end luxury sedan brand to sort of complement their sports car brand, and so it was trying to be something a little different, even though everybody knew they were linked. As a result, this car wasn't technically the Aston Martin Lagonda, even though that's how history remembers it. Instead, at the time, it was just supposed to be called the Lagonda. Now, next up, we move on to the right of the steering wheel, where there's another flat switch panel, and where you will notice...
This will be the last part of the Lagonda here. Just the interior is... You have to watch the whole video to laugh at this, but...
Another Lagonda logo for some reason. Now, this flat switch panel contains a couple of interesting things, one of which is the clock setter. Now, I made the mistake of pressing the clock button, thinking it would just bring up the clock or change it to 24-hour time. Actually, you press clock, it adjusts the clock by an hour in the screen.
Or at least that's what's supposed to happen. What actually happened is I pressed clock and it changed the hour a few times like it should, and then it changed the time to 9:68 p.m., then 10:68 p.m., and right on through to some other great times like 4:68 a.m. Eventually, I pressed the button to change the minutes, and it went back to normal time that actually exists.
Now, next up in the switch panel, there's a button marked TRST. I have absolutely no idea what this button does, and I've consulted the owner's manual. Unfortunately, the owner's manual, even though it says it's for a Series 3 Lagonda, which was a short production run, it has a completely different dashboard that it explains, so I have no idea what that does, and we'll never find out. The button on the right...
How can you not laugh at that? It's got a button with no function. At least we don't know what the function is. You could press it, and maybe Merry Christmas 1987 gets displayed on your trunk. We have no idea. $170,000. I found this utterly fascinating. I may take a ride up to this dealership and see if they still have this car, if it's still up there, to check this thing out.
Right of that, however, is labeled C horn, and I know what that does. Check this out. The car has a normal horn. Take a listen. But if you press C horn, it changes the note of the horn. Take another listen. At the time this
You cannot make this up. What possible purpose could that have? Let's find out.
This was called a town and country horn. There was one horn you would use around town to honk at people, and then one horn that sort of projected farther that maybe you would use in the country. The thing I like about it is it can make it seem like two people are honking. If you're really frustrated at someone, you want them to move, you can really get their attention with two different notes of horn. Check it out.
Stuff like this starts making me lose faith in humanity. Now, in this area, I don't know about where you all drive, you all live. Horns, prevalent. Most people use their voice as a horn. You know. Two horns. $170,000. I wonder if Anthony should look into this car as the car that he wanted to get down in Carolina. I should actually send him this video. Say, look, I think you should look into this. This is your vehicle.
Now the next switch says MPH KMH, and that's an easy one. It just changes the screen on the left from displaying miles per hour to displaying kilometers per hour. That screen, like I said, is a little wonky, so it's hard to tell, but you can see it's changing from MPH to KMH. Now the switches to the right of that say delete and verify. Again, I have no idea what these do. I imagine some message comes up in the screens and you can use these buttons to verify that you've read the message or to delete the message altogether.
This car was previously owned by Hillary Clinton, and she hit that button 35,000 times. Everything comes full circle.
Now below delete and verify, you can see three switches labeled off, engage, and resume. Obviously this was cruise control, and it works just like cruise control in your car. Off turned it on or off, engage the speed, and resume would send you back to the speed you had previously set. But below those switches there are a couple of other interesting ones. There's a blue switch with a snowflake on it, and there's a red switch with a triangle on it. The red switch with the triangle is obvious. That's the hazard lights. You push it, it lights up, and obviously the hazards turn.
It blinks. So there is a blinker in the car.
On. The blue switch with the snowflake is different. That one sends max air conditioning into the cabin. Oddly, it's nowhere near the rest of the climate control switches, but I looked it up in the owner's manual. That one is in there, and that's what it does. Next up, moving on.
Sends max air conditioning. So that means that by default, the car's air conditioning is not on, like, the way to get the car the coolest? I'm starting to get a headache. Right, Pig?
On from the switch panel, which by the way is only within reach of the driver. If you're the passenger and you want to control the climate controls, too bad. You'll have to ask the driver nicely. But anyway, moving on from the switch panel, we
Driving my Aston Martin. Oh, you hot? Fuck you. All right, well, you watch this video. I don't want to ruin the rest of this because it's long. How long is this video? It's almost halfway there, but go Doug DeMuro on YouTube. Does really great reviews of a whole bunch of crazy cars, and he takes it out and drives it and everything. Phenomenal to see. I just wanted to get to this one last topic, which is craziness. The Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Everybody knows about it. You know, this year that obviously Joey Chestnut did not participate in said contest. He is the greatest hot dog eater of all time, supposedly. He's never faced Kobayashi Maru. But every year down in Brooklyn, on Coney Island, where the Nathan's is, which I've eaten there 2 or 3 times before, Way overpriced. Nathan's is always overpriced. Fucking $12 for 2 hot dogs and a soda. But they do have the best fries. The Nathan's French fries, for those of you who don't know or never been to a Nathan's, they're crinkle-cut steak fries, but they come with a pitchfork. A Red Devil's plastic-looking pitchfork that you can pick up the fries with. Fucking brilliant. Why nobody else has done that? Even give you a little thing to pick them up with. And they're good. They're good French fries. But look at all the people that come for this eating contest. So it made me wonder, the wheels are turning, and I've looked at this over the years. The International Federation of Competitive Eating. This is a thing. And there are stars. Joey Chestnut. In a second here, we're going to see Eric Badlands Booker, who is a rather large individual. And there was a guy, this guy fascinated me. His name was Ed Cookie Jarvis, who, when I had first seen this guy, it was a very large individual. He was tipping the scales probably near 500 pounds. But back in the 70s, he was a bodybuilder, cut and ripped like Schwarzenegger. Incredible body. He went from that to being a huge blob, and then he retired from competitive eating and became a bodybuilder again. I don't know how your body handles all of that. I don't know how my body handles all of this. But this particular event that we're going to peer in here is the world famous Nathan's Lemonade Chug Contest. Now, if you go on to the International Federation of Competitive Eating website, or IFCE, we're in a minute going to look at some of the world records that are held in some of these categories. I cannot wrap my head anywhere around even attempting half of the things that these people have done. Let's check out this Lemonade Chug Contest here. And by the way, this is from an ESPN broadcast. It was obviously during the July 4th hot dog eating competition, so it's nationally broadcast. It's a thing.
Favorites. It is the Nathan's Lemonade Chugging Competition, which is a shorter competition. It's only about a minute. And Eric Badlands Booker.
There's Booker. That is a size 42 XXXXL shirt. And nobody here, at least on this screen right here, is exactly thin. Now, Joey Chestnut is not a fat individual by any stretch of the imagination, nor is some of the girls that compete in this. In fact, most of the girls that compete in this, in these events, are really thin. Sonia Thomas is the name of one of them. Fucking rail. Yet this chick can pack away food somehow like a fucking chipmunk. I don't know. So in front of them, that is a gallon jug of lemonade. Gallon. That's a lot of lemonade. Try drinking a gallon of anything. Especially a gallon of milk. Hold it in your hand and look at that. And see how quickly you think it would take you to drink this.
He's dominated for years. Let's send it down now to your much more charming but older brother, George Shea.
And now, my friends, it is time for the chugging championship of the world. Reigning champion Badlands Booker, 23.8 seconds for a gallon of Nathan's lemonade.
Whoa. The guy drank a gallon of anything in 23 seconds. Wow, man. All right, gotta see it.
But we will see if that record is broken here today. Count it down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2,
hang on, folks.
1, go!
Holy shit.
The kid, are we open? Badlands in a zone here. I don't know it's like a wave machine. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen.
That is I'm a big boy, and I used to be able to eat quite a bit. I really can't anymore. That is fucking insanity. Pig, do you see that? What are you doing back there? Don't be eating your teepee. You want some lemonade? What are you doing back there? Look at you. You're messing everything up over here. What are you doing? Holy shit. Look at everybody else. They still have near full jars. Obviously, you can't breathe while you're doing this. So, is this a talent? I don't know what you call this. It's almost like a circus freak.
Badlands Booker, a new world record. 21 seconds, a new world record. 1 gallon of Nathan's Famous Lemonade, the once and future champion of the world.
I have had Nathan's Famous Lemonade. It's one of the ones, it's made in that, it's got iced tea on one side, lemonade on the other. It mixes it all the time in the top. It is basically the sugariest water you can possibly have. It's sweet. And there is no way. Maybe if it was a really, really hot day that I can take like a large size and chug the whole thing down. A gallon in 21 seconds? Oh my God. My Lord. Now this guy you all know. Here's the hot dog eating champion of the past. 64, I think, is his record. I want you to watch what old Joey Chestnut does here.
And I'm gonna do something I've always wanted to do. I'm gonna try to break the Big Mac record. And I'm gonna use Uber Eats. We'll give them a 20%
Big Macs. Let's get, oh my Lord. I like a Big Mac. It's a good burger. That special sauce they put in there kicks it up a little level. Lettuce. Very sloppy to eat. Big Macs are not easy to eat in the car because as soon as you take a bite, it starts flopping out the ass end and you got lettuce and sauce all over the place and it's a fucking disaster. I could eat one easily. I could eat two. I don't think I can eat more than two. Unlike White Castle, which a lot of people have burgers that repeat on them, Big Macs repeat on me. Yeah. I'll be straight to the bathroom after I eat a Big Mac. I don't eat them very often. As delicious as they are. 32. How? How? Look at that mountain of food. Well, we're going to see how. Again, all right. 32 Big Macs, 15 and a half pounds, over 18,000 calories. How Joey Chestnut is not fucking dead. No idea. Now, there are people who have died training for this competitive eating. There was a story that I read some years ago that a guy in upstate New York was training for a competitive eating event. And this was not a televised event. This was like held in like a fucking VFW somewhere. And to train, I think it was something to do. I don't remember what food it was actually for. I have to look it up. But to train for this event, he started downing boxes of cereal to expand his stomach. Well, he ate so much, his stomach basically exploded. He wound up choking himself to death. This is an actual thing. But this, think of the most, we're going to get to the records in a second, because some of these records are so fucking mind-blowing. What could you put down in front of you that you really, what food could you really think you could tear ass on and eat a lot of? If I had to pick one that I'd say would be of a food of any quantity, I think the only one, and that I would have liked to see how many I could eat back in the day, was probably White Castle sliders. Because they do slide right down. And you could pack a lot of them, and the bread is mushy. But Big Macs? Dude, 2. I would be sick if I tried to eat 3. 32? 32! Gotta say
This is intimidating. I'm like...
Looks like the mountain of Big Macs that Trump bought for the White House that time.
Oh, my baby. Woo.
All right, Joey.
Hey, everybody.
Joey
Chestnut here. I'm,
That ain't no small burger. Remember, Big Mac... So you know, and most of you do. Bun, patty, bun, patty, bun. With lettuce, that special sauce, whatever the hell it is, and usually pickles, whatever. You know, it's yay big. 32. Now, thankfully, my God, he ate 1 in 15 seconds. Now, he's doing the drink afterwards. Now, if you've watched the hot dog contest before, you've seen this, which I find utterly fucking disgusting, but at least he's not doing what they do in the hot dog contest. A lot of people in the hot dog contest, Kobayashi used to do this, will eat 2 hot dogs at a time in their hand, then they'll take the bun, dunk the bun in the drink, and swallow the bun because it's fucking mushy as hell, and they slide it down their throat. He's not doing that here. You can't really do that with a Big Mac. You can't dunk a Big Mac, make it soggy, and eat it. First, it'd be fucking disgusting. He obviously doesn't taste. His taste buds, in fact, that's what Kobayashi said for the, came out because he says his taste buds are like ruined. He can't know when he's full or anything like that. So now he's drinking after the fact that he's eaten it to help that one get down and whatever. But I find that I love mushy bread. Fresh, soft bread, love it. Who doesn't? But to mush it in the drink and... Oh, man. You know, you get an Italian sub sandwich. They put the oil and vinegar on it. If you wait more than 10 minutes, it's a drobby, saggy shit. You can't eat it. It's mush. That's why you always have it on the side. But this is like... Oh. 15 seconds for one. It takes me a solid 10 minutes to eat a Big Mac. Obviously, you know, sped up a little bit. All right, so it's a minute for 2. My God. So 5 bites a burger. This is fucking insanity.
About 5 minutes in, 10 Big Macs down, and I'm moving good still. I'm sweating a little bit, but they're tasty.
10 Big Macs in 5 minutes. 10. I'm telling you, it takes me... I mean, if I was eating for speed, I'm sure I could probably down a Big Mac in about 2 or 3 minutes. But 5 in 10 minutes. 2 minutes of Big Mac. And he's still going. I would be on the floor, unconscious, puking my guts out. I think any of us would. This is not human. You can't do this. For what reason you even want to do this? Well, it looks like Joey's doing pretty well for himself. It looks like a nice kitchen, a nice hood over the thing there. I'm sure he's look, he just signed that $1 million endorsement with a hot dog company. But that's just him. All the other hundreds, I'm going to say hundreds, because I can't imagine there are thousands of people that are doing this. But all the other hundreds of people, you all need some mental help.
Great.
I would be hunched over.
I feel good. Sweating a little bit. Getting a little bit of the meat sweats.
Food sweats. I get those. It's a diabetic thing.
That's normal. It's neat because some of them more dressing than.
He's going for a world record here. And he's gone so fast so far that he's able to take a nice pause. He's not like one in each hand, like Homer Simpson.
Others. Because there's a little bit of variation. Down to make 32. A little spice with that sauce. Always wanted to do Big Macs. Really push myself and see how many I could eat since I was a little.
Always wanted to do Big Macs. Who grows up saying that this is something they want to try? Even attempt? You could fucking die. Rip the shit out of your guts and holy shit. I don't want to think about it, but what the fuck is Joey Chestnut's fucking colon like after this?
Kid. I remember being a little kid and they'd sell 2 Big Macs for $4. And
now,
me and my
see, no
grandpa would
bullshit.
go get 4 of them.
Taking them right out of the Big Mac box.
And this just brings me back to being a kid. Me and my grandpa used to go to the same McDonald's every time. And it's crazy when I drive by that McDonald's. I still kind of I think about it. I think about it all the times I've been there with my grandpa. And it's weird.
And look, when I was a kid, my dad would take me to work with him at sanitation garage. I don't want to try to eat anything that's in the back of a garbage truck. That's what he's basically doing. Wow. Up to 5,600 calories so far. You go on and you watch 600 Pound Life. But old Dr. No. This is why Dr. No exists. He's eaten 5,600 calories in 9 minutes. Which I think the average, I'm trying to remember with my endocrinologist, I think I was like maybe 3,000 calories a day is your daily intake of calories. And this guy has done this in fucking 9 minutes. All right, I'd be lying if I say I wasn't partially jealous. Fuck, I'm gonna have to get a Big Mac after this. God damn it. No, I refuse. I've been good. Look, I got the Libre monitor here that's watching the sugar. Nope, I will not Big Mac after this. Oh, where'd they go? My pretzel sticks are gone. Must have brought them inside. Let's keep going, Joey. See what you do.
The way food takes you back helps you remember things. And the Big Mac's definitely, I remember my grandpa.
You remember your grandpa? Wow, man. 12. Look at him. The guy is like a human shark. He's an eating machine. Wait, go back. Go back. Did you see his forehead? I missed it. There it is. Oh, that was nice. Dude, look at him. He looks like a fucking glazed donut. That's not your average, it's hot in here. That's your body saying, wah! Oh my God. That is food sweat. That is Patrick Ewing food sweat right there. Oh, man. Look at the boxes. He's... My God. My God.
about 15 minutes into the challenge, and I'm quite a few burgers in, and
He's gotten faster. Now 16 in 15 minutes, which is more than a burger a minute, obviously. A minute. No compute, man.
You can tell I'm slowing down a little bit. It's there's muscles in my throat that are getting a little bit tired, and my body's starting to metabolize the burgers, so I'm sweating like a madman. And it's like right now it's like, all right, I gotta find a rhythm and keep pushing.
It's literally like a professional baseball player talking. Oh, I gotta find a rhythm.
They don't taste bad. No, it's I'm slowing down a little bit. My throat's getting a little bit tired. But as far as flavor fatigue, there's like Big Macs. I don't get tired of Big Macs.
Have you ever eaten anything to the point of your throat getting tired of swallowing? This is so unnormal. I've never even thought of that. I can't. Never once in my life can I say that is a thing that I've experienced. Throat fatigue. And then he talked about the flavor. Again, look at the burger in his hand. All the lettuce, the sauce.
Next to himself. But I think I've never eaten this many. More than halfway done, but there's still a lot more. Records are broken at the end, and that's where it gets really hard.
We are literally watching this man, Joey Chestnut, take days off of his life. He was, let's say, God willing, he lives to be 94 years old. Probably, with all the shit that he's eaten, if he didn't eat it, probably would have lived to be 98. So it's just taking a little chisel, knocking each day, each hour off with each one of these Big Macs that he consumes. So far, 17 in 16 minutes. I don't even know if I'm rooting for him at this point.
I'm gonna have to eat all this lettuce at the end, just to make it legit. Done.
Dude, he is sweating profusely. His heart is like, dude, I can't. 13,500 calories.
Steam, guys. Whew. Usually I only eat for like 10 minutes. 10-minute contest, yeah.
Nearly 30 minutes.
This is beyond insane. I almost feel like I'm watching a crime.
Ooh, this is where it's getting tough. This is where your body's like, do I really want to do it? I'm like, yeah, you want to do it.
Oh my god. You obviously know he's gonna do this. He didn't film it to fail. That stack was like this. I'm getting sweats just watching this. I'm not even hungry anymore. He's eating for all of us. I'm not hungry. I didn't have breakfast.
About 30 minutes in right now, and I know that I'm gonna get it done, but my body's just slowing down. It's exciting. I know it's just like the last couple of miles of a marathon. I've never run a marathon, probably never will, but it must be nice knowing that you're
God,
closing in on that goal, and I'm closing in on that goal.
Big, you know
32
what he did,
Big Macs, and yeah, right now I'm just 2 away from the record, and then it's going down, and it's And you can see I'd like to do the same thing over and over again. Whether it's when I grab the burger, I shake off the lettuce and I stack the box. I just like to do the same thing over and over again. It helps you just helps you push yourself to a
creature of habit.
Crazy when you're doing the same thing over and over again. It's easy to
forcing
do amazing things.
How? I don't understand it.
Pattern.
2 + 2 is frog in this world.
Whoa. I'm getting excited now.
Y'all seeing this, right?
3 more, how you feel?
3 more? My throat is tired. My little baby throat is tired. My stomach is fine. My taste buds are fine.
Man.
I'm not looking forward to all this lettuce at the end. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to get a spoon or a fork and just shovel it in. Try some
He's
ranch
gonna
dressing.
eat the lettuce that's left.
I do.
I want to cry right now. This is so beyond my comprehension. My brain is dead watching this. 30 Big Macs in 33 minutes. Comes number 32. Good God.
Yeah, I knew that I was going to eventually have to eat all this lettuce, so I was trying
No!
to shake it.
No, you didn't have to eat the lettuce.
Lettuce into that plate, and
I mean, I don't know what the general rules are when it comes to the Guinness Book of World Records. I know that there is, very stringent things, procedures you have to follow, and verification and all that for whatever record you're going for. You're holding a Big Mac in your hand. You take a bite. Some lettuce is going to fall out. How does that take away from the world's record? The fact that you've got to eat the lettuce that's left after you just ate 30 fucking 2 Big Macs. Oh, man. Joey Chestnut. He's a king. Right, Pig? What are you doing back there? Pigging.
I wanted to eat the lettuce before I ate my last burger. It wasn't. I thought the lettuce was going to be a little bit gross, but it still tasted good.
How do you taste anything at this point?
So it wasn't bad. I imagined it being gross though, but it was part of it. So it wasn't a problem. I just had to do it, and I'm still amazed at how good the Big Mac still tasted. It's so much easier.
He's got one left.
You're familiar with, and your body just already knows.
And here's another thing. So I didn't notice if he refilled the cup. I don't think he did. So that one cup has been enough for him to take sips and to get, the guy's stomach is like a goddamn garbage compactor. So it waters it down, and he's got some kind of internal workings, which I've seen before when I've watched the hot dog contest. They'll eat a hot dog and they'll do a shimmy to get it down, and you see him doing like abdominal curls to squeeze it to make more room. Put 2 Big Macs in front of you and think about how much room that is. 30. Oh my God. I need Gino's abacus to try to figure this out.
It's weird because you got to do some restaurant challenges, and restaurant challenges you don't necessarily know what it's going to taste like at all, and
you don't have to do anything.
Good, your body doesn't have a tolerance for it. So, but I've over
ladies and gentlemen,
I've eaten hundreds of Big Macs, and I have an amazing tolerance for Big Macs.
There's nothing left to say on this. 18,000 calories.
Oh yeah.
15.5 pounds of Big Macs in 38 minutes and 15 seconds. Wowie.
Oh my god, that was like 38 minutes, 15 seconds.
The fact that he's standing is blowing my mind.
32 Big Macs. Definitely wasn't breaking any speed limits. Dude, that was epic. Epic cheat day.
That was crazy.
Epic cheat day.
Road.
Oh, hang on. Getting a phonio call here. I will call him back. Sorry about that. Didn't hear it with the stupid thing in my ear. So watching him, I came across that old YouTube rabbit hole. These guys are wharfing down hamburgers, and I believe how many you could eat in under a minute. Let's just watch them for a second, shall we?
1, go!
Dude.
Very good technique I see here.
That dude on the right. Oh, even the guy on the left. Look at this.
Come on, HistoryCon, make some noise. These guys are killing it. 30 seconds left on the clock. 30 seconds. Manila, the louder you get, the more burgers they eat. Come on, Manila!
Manila. Is this the Philippines?
15 seconds, fellas. 15.
Hey, dude.
10
Look at him
seconds.
go! I can't. I can't watch it anymore. Let's talk records. This is, again, the... Oh, excuse me. MLE, Major League Eating. I like to Major League eat. We all love to eat. But we got to look at some of these records. Let's start off right on the one on the top right there. Butter. Has any of us ever attempted to just eat butter? 7 quarter-pound sticks of salted butter in 5 minutes. Now, bar butter. I don't think, without either getting sick or possibly puking, that I could actually just take a scoop of butter and eat it without some kind of bread or something like that. Straight butter. Don Lerman is the guy that has the record for this. Even the pig is like, dude, what the fuck? You have to scroll down this list. Just Guinness. Google competitive eating world records and look at what's on this list. We'll scroll through it real quick. Onions, oysters, chili. Let's not concentrate on the amount of this. Let's just concentrate on what exactly they are. Chicken fried steak, matzo balls, gelatin dessert, hot dogs, obviously, shrimp, mayonnaise. Oh, no. I like mayonnaise on a sandwich. Kicks it up a notch. 4 32-ounce bowls of mayonnaise in 8 minutes. I can't. How do you eat that? How? I don't. I don't know. I'm lost. Some of you right now are just like, those of you who don't like mayonnaise. My God. Taco Bell tacos, pulled pork sandwiches, spam. Spam. Here comes the man. Hot damn. Chicken wings, cheesecake, peas, baked beans, corned beef hash, burgers, ice cream, sweet corn, cannolis, beef tongue, crawfish, dumplings. Look at all of these fucking records. Burritos, meat pies, corn dogs, candy bars. Eric Badlands Booker, that we saw with the lemonade, has the record for candy bars. 2 pounds of chocolate candy bars in 6 minutes. That's a lot of fucking chocolate. I would literally go into diabetic shock if I even attempted that. And this guy weighs 3 times what I weigh. I weigh about 255, 257, somewhere in there. Badlands Booker's obviously way over 400. So how is he not crazy fucking diabetic and just fucking keeling over even attempted something like this? Ham potatoes, reindeer sausage, glazed donuts. James Webb, 70 glazed donuts in 8 minutes. Eggs, Joey Chestnut, 141 hard-boiled eggs in 8 minutes. Now I would think that that's one that's got to be a little easier to just pop in. But 141? Nothing shocks me after seeing this guy down 32 Big Macs in 30 minutes. Nothing. This guy can eat anything. He can eat an entire moose in like 2.5 minutes. My God. Watermelon, asparagus, cow brains, pancakes. We all love pancakes. 53.25 ounce wild eggs pancakes in 10 minutes by Patrick Bertoletti. Pasta, jambalaya, quesadillas, crab cakes. Whatever you can think about. There's a fucking record. One on here that I was like, really, jalapenos. How you can, and with like seeds in it. Unseeded, undeseeded jalapenos. I'd fucking die. On the spot. I eat one of those things, I'm crying. Let alone how many, I'm sure I'll pass it in a minute. Bratwurst. What the hell's pasoli? I think I looked it up last time I looked at this list. Lobster rolls. Slug burgers. Collages. I don't even know what this is. A 16-inch pizza. Blueberry pie. Look at this fucking list. Would you look at this? There you go. Pickled jalapenos. Patrick Bertoletti. In 8 minutes, had 275. Now, the pickled jalapenos are probably the little ones like this, obviously, but hot as all fuck. And I watched the video on them doing jalapenos in an eating contest. It was so hot as they're eating this. They were foaming at the mouth. Literally, like they had fucking rabies. So if you all want to see some crazy shit, now I've shown you some weird shit on the YouTube before. Just go on there and watch the YouTube rabbit hole of competitive eating. I'm going to toss the phone number up here while we talk more about this competitive eating thing. So if anybody wants to call, you guys can call. I got the phone here. This has blown my mind. This whole competitive eating thing that we just watched. I don't know how it's humanly possible to do this and still be living. It's not even, it's beyond the word insanity, really. You have to be insane to even think about trying it. To actually go and physically do it, I'm at a loss of words, actually. My own show, and I can't even... Uh-oh. We've got a call, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, baby. Hello, Rexy.
Chris, I'm sitting here and I'm about to throw up. Which is, listen, I can handle the eating, but you're right. When they stick those hot dog buns in the water and then shove it in their mouth, I start to gag just thinking about it.
I can't. I have eaten many of Italian sandwiches before, and you know, you get it with the oil and vinegar on it, and you go in another room, you come back to it, and the bread is just a mushy, oily thing. You can't do it. You have to put it on the side. So how they do the hot dog eating when they're literally taking the bun. Now this bun is a white bread. I mean, you can't get no whiter bread than this. They dunk it in the cup, and then they slam 2 of them at a time. It's like, I don't know.
Stop. I'm starting to gag. Stop, please. We gotta stop. This goes back to me when I was in high school. I dated a girl. I was at her house one time for dinner, and I watched her grandmother dunk white bread into a glass of milk and then eat it. I had to go outside because I was going to throw up.
Oh, dude, milk? She dunked white bread in milk?
Yes, it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. And then this bread contest, dunking it in waters on top of it.
Oh my God. Now look, I know there are millions of people who take the Oreo cookies and dunk them in a thing of milk. I've done it before. I'm not a fan of it. I just did it to see what it tastes like. Not terrible, because an Oreo cookie will still hold some of that crunch. But you cannot dunk bread. You can't do it. It doesn't become bread anymore. It becomes fucking wall spackle.
It's not even as textured as wall spackle. It's just mush. Goo.
Oh, my good God. I can't even fathom I can't. I can't. Joey Chestnut literally just broke my brain severely watching him eat these 32 Big Macs. And like I said, he didn't dunk them, but just I can't. Two is my limit. There's no way I'm going to eat more than 2. And this is even, going back when I was in high school, when I could down, between 10 to 20 White Castle sliders. A Big Mac is not a small hamburger. And he had 32 in 30 minutes. That's literally like a machine. That's not human. Humans can't do that. And we just witnessed it.
I know. Yeah, I know. And I was getting a little nervous watching him eat it too. I'm just like, this is not right. I mean, I'm like you. I'm in high school. I remember Taco Bell used to have like 12 packs of tacos for like $3. Remember that?
Yep. Taco packs. I remember.
We go after school, and we'd each get a 12-pack and a large soda, and it was like $4 or $5. And sit there and down it all and go, hey, I think I'm going back for a burrito.
Right. Well, at least the tacos, it's the bread aspect of the Big Mac. The patty, the lettuce, the sauce is nothing. Same with the taco. The taco shell itself is really nothing. The meat, cheese, no. But when you add the white bread into that, it literally expands in your stomach like a spare tire. But they eat it in a way that they squeeze it, and then they drink and they squeeze it some more. It's like watching one of those machines that does corrugated cardboard, how it packs it and then it wraps it up. It's fucking mind-blowing. And when we go down this list of world records, these people, I can't even say they're out of their mind. They're beyond out of their mind, because they have a desire to want to do this. What kind of recognition do you get in life by being the guy who ate 72 gallons of freaking ice cream in 10 minutes? What does that give you? I don't understand.
And I'm like you. I'm a big dude. I can eat. I like to eat. But I get to the point where, okay, if I have one more bite of this, I'm going to throw up all over the place. It's just, I don't understand how they can't get full, or they just bypass that whole feeling of getting full and their stomach is full.
There's obviously some kind of genetic foul up there in these people. That now I know. I read a couple right before the July 4th thing that Kobayashi, the famous Asian hot dog eating champion before Joey Chestnut, he's had a lot of health problems and he's retiring from competitive eating because he said that he lost the ability. Not only are his taste buds permanently screwed up, but he doesn't have the ability to feel full anymore. So he eats, and he's always got this kind of empty feeling, which has got to be just awful way to live. So there's obviously these other people who do this, Joey Chestnut, whatever. There's something genetically improper there where they can eat to the point where they don't get that full feeling. You have to wonder, he ate 32 in 30 minutes. Could he have eaten 40, 50, 60? Where is the point where he would have had to call it quits and stop? Does he get to that point, or does he pass out, or does he literally have a medical issue? I don't know.
got to be some kind of chemical imbalance in where your brain is not telling you you got to stop. Wow, I don't know.
It had. I got to go and I've got to look up how he started in all of this and how they get started in all this. If it's something that, as like he was a teenager and he just started eating and wondered what it was like, and he just had this natural ability to do that, or if it's something he actually practiced and learned how to get around his body's workings to make it happen. Either way, the guy's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Oh my god! But great show, man. We haven't talked in a while, but all your stuff's been awesome, man.
Oh, thank you very, very much. Like I said, I love doing it, and then I will freely admit, I woke up. Somebody called me on my phone at like 10 o'clock this morning. I woke up, I looked at my phone, and I was like, and I'm sure Anthony does this a lot too. Like, oh, what kind of excuse can I say that I can delay the show or not do the show today because I don't want to get out of fucking bed? But then I got up. Jenny made me a coffee. I'm like, all right, I want to, and especially about these competitive eating videos, which I was watching last night. It's just, the topic gets on the brain. I'm like, oh, I just got to talk to somebody about this. This is insane. Yeah. So thank you for the compliment.
Hey, no problem, man. I hear you. But yeah, and you started off with about the airplane shit going on. Did you see the video of that plane in Tampa getting ready to take off and the two tires exploded before it even left the ground?
Yeah, I think I did see that. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Obviously, not a positive thing for Goodyear or whoever makes the tires. They didn't say, "Yeah, these tires were BF Goodrich on the front," and that's that stock would have dropped. We might have had to do some investing in that stock, but yeah, these planes, man. I don't remember this happening a lot at all when I was a kid. Outside of like, the major catastrophes, like the one that crashed in Queens that time when the fucking tail snapped off because it went through the wake of the plane before it. But just things that fall off that should not fall off is a problem.
Well, it's like you said. Like I'm like you. I'm not afraid to fly, but I don't want to fly. I'm just uncomfortable flying. Not just with this, but I guess it's part of my problem. But I don't like being completely not in control.
Exactly.
Like you said, hey, I can't just get out.
Yep. You and me are the same. We're the same.
I've got to be there when they tell me to be there. I've got to sit where they tell me to sit. I can't get up till they tell me to. No, fuck that. I ain't doing that.
This is why
I'll drive.
This is why in the last 20 years, when I go to the Carolinas, I've driven twice a year. I've probably taken, I don't know, maybe 25 trips down to the Carolinas, and it's a 9.5-hour drive. I don't care. I know that I can get there in an hour and 30 minutes on a plane. But I would much rather have control of my own destiny. To a point. You don't have 100% control because some idiot going the wrong way could wind up wiping you out as well. And yes, they say airplane travel is the safest travel. The odds of you getting into an airplane accident is less than 1%, which, that's fine. But I don't want to be the fucking guy that's in that less than 1% when I can control it.
Right. Exactly. I'm not saying airline travel isn't safe. I know it's very dangerous driving. But I don't like giving up that control. And I mean, it takes me to go back to where I grew up in the Midwest from here in Florida. It takes like a 12-hour drive. I gladly do it every time.
Yeah. Look,
I take a couple extra days vacation, but for me, it's all about a control thing.
I'm exactly the same way. Exactly. Look, you're driving on the road. It's a long trip. You want to pull over and stop? You can pull over and stop. You want to go this way, that way? Your total control. Now, I get there are certain places that you want to go. You got no alternative. You got to fly. I got a friend who's been asking me for years to come out to San Diego, or I've never been to Las Vegas. I'm not going to drive to San Diego or Las Vegas. I'm going to get on a plane and fly. So I know that, but I ain't going to be thrilled about it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll get on there, have to deal with the crazies, and, fly there, fine. But if it's anywhere, I'd say inside of 12 hours, I'm driving.
Yep, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you every time. All right, brother. I just want to say hey and shoot shit with you for a minute. I'm going to let you go. But,
all right, Rexy.
Thanks for everything all the shows you've been putting out, and I'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, Rexy. Love you. Thank you so much for calling, man. Thank you. Rex Kramer, ladies and gentlemen. Always a pleasure when Rexy calls. Always a pleasure. He is good stuff. He's always supporting us on the streams, and everybody who watches and supports us. Stranger, his wife, Donald from Canada, everybody who watches us, who watches me on karaoke, and Gino and Kiki and everybody. I appreciate every one of you guys. So that's it for this week's show. Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of craziness. You got to watch the rest of that car video, by the way. You'll fucking be like mind-boggled by it. And yeah, the competitive eating. I'm totally not hungry now. This is insane. I was hungry before for breakfast. I can't eat now. And the pig didn't try to get out. Let's go back and look at Piggy Cam, see how Piggy's doing here. Let's get over here. Let's look. We gotta turn this one off. There we go. Look at Raleigh. Oh, look at him. He's just sitting there. Let's get him out and so he can say bye-bye to everybody. Come here, Raleigh. Come here. Look at you, you plump a pig, you. Look at you. Look at him. Oh my good Lord. This is the greatest. I love having a pig. See the pig in a minute better. Oh God, look at him. Oh, look at him. He's just pigging. Look at him. Oh, he's looking at me. Look at the camera. Look at the. Oh my good God. Look at him. Ah, look at you. Pig him. Pig him. They love being like up against your chest. Look at. Oh God, he would sit here all day. Oh, pull the things out of my ears. Oh, look at him. It's just like that. The Godfather. That's what they should have had. They should have had a guinea pig in The Godfather instead of a cat. Although we love the kitties too. You want to say bye-bye to the camera? Say bye-bye to the bad guy? Wait, say bye-bye. Look at the camera. Oh, look at the piggy camera. Piggy's coming after you. All right, folks. I want to thank you. Oh, jeez, the camera's getting eaten by the thing here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. A lot of fun this week. A lot of fun. We're going to try to golf stream. I'll see if Anthony wants to golf stream later tonight or tomorrow. So keep watching Twitter. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody loves the golf streams. I think I get more views on the golf streams than any other thing that I wind up doing online because like it's hilarious with Mel and me and Anthony. You know, Mel doesn't play golf much anymore. But when me and Anthony run that course, it's just fucking hilarious. The things that we say, we talk about, the chats that come up. And unfortunately, there is a way I'm going to be able to get the chats in the channel on this stream. I know I do it on my other streams now. But this on the Mac is a whole different ballgame to try to get this integrated. So look for that. And a couple upgrades are coming. I got a new mic stand, so the Yeti mic here will be closer so you can hear me much better like this. So, yeah. That's it. I want everybody to have a great weekend. Let's all say a nice little prayer for Nurse Sarah, who's flying home from Wisconsin tomorrow, I believe. So she has a safe flight. And I will see you all next week. Let me throw these up there real quick because I forgot I did update these. Hello, Mr. Mousy. Where are you? There you are. We got the latest drivers. Ooh, let me get the background off of that so you can actually see it better. There you go. GeForce drivers are about 2 weeks old. They haven't been updated since the 55612s. There is new Adrenaline drivers. There's a new Intel wireless and NIC driver package out there. For those of you who have an Intel network card or Wi-Fi, you can go to update that. And DDU, for those that don't know, that's Display Driver Uninstaller, which is a great program to have on your computer if you have an NVIDIA, ATI, or Intel video card. Sometimes when you do video card upgrades, every now and again, some things get left over. It's a program that you can download. You run it in safe mode, and it'll clean the registry and really get all the video driver stuff out so it goes in clean. You generally don't have to use it unless you got a problem, but I'd say every, 5 to 10 video card driver updates, I like to go in there, clean it out, get it fresh. So that's something that you can do. And as always, I can take guests now. I do have a potential guest coming up all about karaoke. A beautiful, wonderful woman who wants to come on and perhaps discuss that. That's coming in future weeks. And I do have some people that want to come on. I just haven't had the time to set it up yet. So, you know, Gino and other people who want to come on, anybody wants to come on. I'm going to have the Skype and the Zoom, and I'll put it up, and anybody can dial in, and I have the ability to now, my virtual camera works, so I can do that. Looking forward to that. I haven't done that since show 2, so, and it was different when I did it back then. So we are going to have guests, SuBDivisionsTV@gmail.com for any show information, topics, guest requests, anything, guinea pig stuff. Send me an email. I get emails from that a lot all day. It's just kind of nifty. And if you got any computer questions, you need computer help, whatever, send it to that, and I'll see if I can get it on the show. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So we will bid you adieu for this week. I love changing those backgrounds. And Raleigh says bye-bye, right? Raleigh, give me a squeak or something. Hey, can I squeeze it out of you? No? Let me see. Wait, watch. You want? Watch the lettuce. What's that? Want that? Oh, your lettuce stuff, huh? Yeah, you ate a lot of it. So, all right, folks. Have a good one. Hopefully I'll see you all online later if we game. And